Hello out there, YouTube. So tonight I'm going to do part 6 of the Chinese knives. The examination of Chinese knife quality. So tonight, or as per the last episode, I said tonight that I would talk about the Civivis. Now, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but both of these Civivis have micarta scales. So this one is the Civivi Hooligan, and then the oh so popular Civivi Elementum. With the micarta, I want to say the Elementum was $60 or $65, and the Hooligan I want to say was in the $50 range. Both micarta, both D2 steel. Both on bearings, both frame locks. And I will just say both have phenomenally smooth actions. I wouldn't say they're drop shut, but you know, they're pretty small. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say about these. These are just really good knives. I mean, really good knives. This one, not because it's my favorite, I actually really like the size and shape of the Elementum. I mean, I guess it could stand to be a little bit bigger in the scales. The only thing that these knives really are lacking is the presence of a forward choil. This one's got a little bit of one, but it is super small, and I would not get up on there if I was anyone with daughter or fingers bigger than my 10-year-old daughter's, that is. Yeah, these knives, they're just fantastic. I mean, from the materials, D2 is a great steel. It's a great budget steel. Holds an edge for a long time. Micarta, I mean, these are just fantastic knives, perfectly centered. This is, you know, what you keep hearing about Civivi on all the other channels, just over and over again. You know, Civivi, they just do it right. Like, everything that they make is good, and they're doing it at a price point that is extremely reasonable. Yeah, this is super short. I mean, this is ridiculously short. These are fantastic knives. Deep carry pocket clip, like I said, micarta, D2 on bearings. I like Civivi's logo on the pivot collar. That leaves the blade free to be not billboarded up. Yeah, just, I mean, really, there's nothing to say. I mean, if you're into the kind of the knife life, you have no doubt heard about Civivi. They are the budget version of Wii knives, and they're just really good knives on basically every front. The only thing I can really knock them for is that they don't really what's the word I'm looking for? They don't inset their pocket clip. countersink their pocket clip. I'm drawing a blank on the word, on the term. Recess their pocket clip. That's the one. But yeah, the Elementum. I mean, there's a reason that this knife has been the talk of at least the last part of 2019 and the first part of 2020. It is just a really great knife, and this knife comes in so many flavors that, you know, there's brass scales, there's ebony wood scales, there's Damascus blade, there's micarta scales, G10 scales. You can get this knife in just about any flavor you want and be thrilled to death with it. And there is actually one other thing that Civivi does. If I can find it real quick. Although there's been nothing quick about this little stoppage. I don't think that's the one. Is this it? Yeah. I want to say, yeah, Civivi uses T8s across the board. Their body screws, their pivot screws, they are all T8s. The exception to that is their pocket clip screws, which are T6s. But everything else is a T8, which is fantastic. Makes life so much easier when you have just one less bit you have to deal with. So yeah, that's it. Short and sweet. Civivi is awesome. Their knives are awesome. The micarta, while this isn't the best micarta, let me get out of, as micarta goes, it's not that great. But I mean, even bad micarta is basically equivalent to G10, right? I mean, this is phenomenal micarta on my Para 3. This is a lot smoother. It's like they just used more epoxy. This is, or just a smoother cloth. Whereas this one's got a little bit more texture to it. It feels softer to the touch. This one feels more like a kind of a polished G10 to the touch. But this one is kind of somewhere in between the two. Anyway, that aside, of all the, yeah, I'll get into that in the 8th video of this series. Civivi knives, they're fantastic. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below, and you guys have a great night.